I will be surprised if you let me get that far, but I have it in my mind.
I'm gonna let you go. Real quick, let's take an A, my friends. Those are some hip shoes.
Thank you. You gotta have appropriate shoes. The problem is I'm short, and I didn't know if you'd have a podium, so I was like, I better have some heels.
Yep.
Welcome back. For those of you who I didn't see earlier, my name is Beth Malavance, and I'm from Chicago.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Did I have that hard A? Chicago.
Chicago. Chicago.
So if we could, can we start with the fourth movement?
Okay, number one, check that setup again. This is going to be a change. And like I said, I found this to work, everybody. It's just, all of our bodies are different. Everybody is built differently. You take your left hand, set it across your body, set your funny bone right on the tip of your index finger. That is exactly the distance away from your torso that your elbow needs to be. Okay. I guarantee you, it works for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right? There's one thing.
Yep.
Number two, we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to go really slow. And I want you to try to put every beat in a different place than the previous beat.
Okay.
So no two beats can look the same.
Like,
so
on the plane?
It doesn't. I don't care where they go. They just can't look the same. Every beat has to look different.
Alrighty.
This tempo. So the goal of this, and we're going to do it again, but is to create contour and contrast.
Okay.
Because when you do this movement, there's no contour and no contrast. So if we were speaking to them when we always said everything at exactly the same level, at exactly the same speed, and it's just really exciting. And Lauren, I love this. This is so great, right?
So what you're saying is I'm boring.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying this movement can be boring if we don't do something.
Okay.
So let's go again this speed. And I want you to put every beat in a different spot, and nothing can look the same. So every subsequent beat cannot look like the previous.
Okay.
Okay, good. So you are locked still in a pattern. And you're just moving the pattern to different planes here, which is technically you're following the rules.
Okay.
Like technically. I mean, you're not breaking the rules. You're doing exactly what we said to do. Let's try again, this tempo. 2, ready, go. Yeah? Like really try to put them in a different place.
Okay.
Good. What did you notice about their eyes?
They're looking at me.
Yeah, they look at you more. I feel like they're looking at you more because you're giving them more things to look at. The more we provide, the more they're actually going to watch, right? If we want them to watch, we have to give them something to watch. Or we're just yelling, watch me, like everybody says. Let's go tempo. See if you can do that in tempo.
Same exercise?
Same one,
Okay.
yes. Because we're trying to create contour and contrast, which equals musical expression.
Okay.
You can just tattoo that on an arm. Contour plus contrast equals musical expression. Good, okay. Now let's take this another step.
Okay.
See if instead of doing everything with the right hand, every now and then you do the contour with the left hand.
Okay.
So sometimes maybe the right hand doesn't move and you do something with the left hand.
I don't know. This feels awkward.
Yeah, it is. It's super awkward, right? It's super. You're playing the game, which is good. And I appreciate you being, flexible and spontaneous. That's always good. Okay, can we go? Here we go. 1, 2, ah, ah. Just make stuff up,
Yeah.
right? But it keeps them interested and it keeps the music moving. And some of it has to be choreographed, but then also it's just like conductor playtime. And that way we're never stuck to a pattern because the pattern should serve the music, not the other way around, right? I mean, the music makes the pattern go. And we don't want to think this is in 2. This is a 2/4 pattern. Because it really isn't. It's gang 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 ticka gang 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 quack 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 ticka gang gang. There's different things happening. I'm just trying to get you to create more contour. That's the whole goal. It's just not make it look the same. Keep the arm out in front of you and try something different. Okay? Can we pick another spot in the movement? Pick another fun spot you want to do.
Yeah, sure.
Anywhere you're like, I just want to hear what this sounds like.
Okay. How about, let's change it up here. Can we go to letter G, please?
How long have you been teaching?
I'm not teaching.
What do you do then?
I work for the Salvation Army's Music
that's right.
Education Department.
Right.
So sometimes
Sometimes.
I conduct brass bands.
Oh, that's so fun.
Mm.
That's so fun.
Mostly I play though.
Hey, well, but whenever you are on the podium, this goes with everybody. You have to have a different value system, right, to say things. So just experiment with not putting anything in the same place.
Okay.
Just trying to make it look different, because it will encourage them to watch because you're going to give them something to look at.
Okay. Letter G, please. That was my bad.
Good. Do you want this to go in 1 or 2?
Well, I was gonna flip back and forth. I was gonna go it felt like da 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 dee da da da. So
Good.
Put it up.
So since you've never done it with them, yeah, I think you're exactly right. Yes, you're right. Maybe just go bo da 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 dee da 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 dum, ba, and then go into 1 after you get it moving a little bit.
Okay, I thought I did that, but obviously I am not doing a good job.
No, it's this is where the impulse of will thing happens. You're like,
Okay.
nope, you're gonna do it this way.
Okay, here we go. So I lost everybody,
It's okay.
obviously.
Try again. It's okay. Try not to use your left hand so much. You have 2 appendages and they're speaking and saying the same thing, and it's hard to figure out which one we want to look at.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in the back of the room as a percussionist, and when I usually would watch people's faces more than I watched their hands, because their hands just got in the way, and I just want to see what are your eyes telling me, And as a percussionist, I think most of us are pretty arrogant about time, and so we think we have better time than everybody else has, which is usually true. And so I didn't watch their hands because I was like, I don't need that. Like what I need is I want you to show me what you want. You know, show me something else. Show me what's important to you, you know? And so I would usually watch the face. But if I am going to look at your hands, I want to see something happen that's different.
Okay.
Or I'm just going to, like he said, put the navy coat like over your hands and I just don't want to watch them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Even more. Yeah. That's a great little do-da-da-da-dee. We're going to get her to play with a vibrato. I can like drive my new car right through. It's going to be so wide, yeah. But conduct this more like strings. And how do you do that? Be more horizontal. This is more stringy, you know,
Okay.
and not so bandy. You're still staying vertical, that's a very bandy. See if you can move more this way and more
Okay.
horizontal and make it feel more like strings.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now I will tell you, we put in a cello-rondo in at age, which they're doing. They're
Yeah,
going
okay.
faster, getting into that, which is why they're trying to move it ahead because
Right.
that's how we rehearsed it. How does that feel to you?
I don't know, not very good. Like I feel like they're behind me, which means that I don't know, I'm doing something wrong.
I think because we don't have a good feeling of going in and out of 1
Yeah.
to 2, it feels a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what are you subdividing in your head?
Just the eighths. I'm thinking
Ding,
da
ding.
da dee da
Ding,
dee
ding.
da.
Keeping that going?
Ba-da-da,
Good.
ba-da-da, ba-da-da,
If
ba-da-da,
a
da-da,
good
da.
easy trick with this is if you're going to conduct it in 2, da 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 dee da da da, bigger, because you need more space because you're doing 1 beat per bar.
Okay.
So be small when you're subdividing. And we're going to do this in Stravinsky in a minute. We're going to do big beats big, small beats small. Just wait.
Okay, I was trying to be like horizontal, like
Yeah.
you said. So, but
Ba
on the
da
beat.
da da dee da da da, bum 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 bum
Okay.
bum bum bum, bigger, big. You have to put enough space for those
Okay.
beats to fit.
I gotcha.
Okay, let's try it again. And let me tell you, like the Coetsier that you're going to hear in a little bit, the brass piece, I did it with him the other day, and it was a train wreck in terms of like vertical alignment because it was purposely doing things differently.
Right.
So don't be worried like if it's not like, you know, exactly working because we're trying different things. So
Okay.
it's okay.
And Beth, it's easier to drop out and float than it is to drop back in. So bear down with your subdivision when you drop back in after floating. Okay? I can picture Johnny Z doing this. It'd be really horizontal, string-like conducting, and when it goes, it'd be small, right there. And then it'd create that illusion. You want the players to think they've got more time than they do to play.
Okay.
Right? Just sing it inside and let your hands sing the same tune as your soul.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the tempo is just a little weird. So I'm
All right.
gonna be your click track back
That's
here.
weird in my head. It's not weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still a little ahead of me. Yeah, good. So it's that even flow of time going in and out of the hypermeter,
Yeah.
which where you feel like the time is right. But I think if you hear the click and you watch it, you're going to notice it is
Oh, I'm
just
sure
a
you're
little
right, yeah.
faster.
And you know something, I don't know how you teach this, and this is a perfect example, and you're doing so well, we can take this time. I get the feeling that Beth thinks that the ensemble isn't with her, ever. Do you? And that's why she's going faster.
I
She
don't know,
feels
Beth,
like-
what do you think?
Do you feel like they're behind you?
Yes.
Yeah. Guess what they are? An ensemble will never be with us.
Right. I know it freaks me out.
And so, but you know what I mean? They never are. The speed of light's faster than the speed of sound. They'll always be behind you.
Right.
But if we're not careful, we'll start conducting faster because we feel like they're not with us. And all of a sudden, it's like the gingerbread man. They can run as fast as they can, but they can't catch you because you're the gingerbread woman.
Right.
All right? And it just gets faster. And just know they're going to be behind you. How do you teach it, John? I always will tell people, Okay, turn this way. It's like a tailgater on Central Expressway in Dallas. The orchestra band is always right there. You can step on the gas and they never fall behind you. You can slam on your brakes and they never rear end you. The orchestra or band or choir will always be behind you. You have to have faith and know that they're going to be with you. Let her start one more time, okay? Because I know we moved to Stravinsky next year.
Yeah, some of it is training, right? Like, I mean, we have trained them to do the way that we want to do it. So that is going to be a little weird. So there is that side of it too. So don't.
Okay. All right, here we go. I gotta get it this time.
Okay, keep going. 1, 2, lift, and ding, 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 ding. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, that's how we do that.
Okay.
We do it every 2 bars. We check in and we just go
Okay.
faster and faster
I
until we get
gotcha.
back to original
That makes
tempo.
sense.
So it's really fun. So, and I noticed this when we did I think it was, we did last time the waltz thing. I guess you did the.
Yeah, I
third
shouldn't have
movement.
done something in one again because obviously compound.
No,
is
it's
a
okay. But
problem.
this was good because I think what we discovered was that you collapse the back side of
Yeah.
those bars. So you're shortening the end of it every single time.
Right.
That also makes it feel like it wants to go faster.
Sure.
So just make sure you're giving enough space proportionally. I don't know how much of a math person you are, but like I'm a huge math person. Like beats have to be proportional for them to be correct.
Sure.
You know, like when you're teaching an articulation study, the proportion of the beats must be exactly right,
Sure.
or it doesn't work. It just doesn't function. Yours are always just a little shorter, so they're always going to feel like it's pushing ahead, or they're always going to feel like they're behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Beth, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Artie's back.
Hello, my name's Artie Farrell. I'm a senior music ed major from Oklahoma State, and we are doing the Dvorak Movement 1.
You going at the beginning?
Yep.
Cool. What are you going to try to do differently? Since you were just up here 20 minutes ago.
Be more expressive, and also play with the ensemble.
Cool.
Instead of just like
Perfect. All right, let's see what happens. Freeze. You have an en garde pose. Left foot in front of the right. I'm ready. Yeah, put the tripod in between your feet. Yeah. Maybe turn this foot in just a little bit. There you go. So you want to feel here, here, and back there. Feel that tripod. And now if I move you this way a little bit, yeah, just feel your weight. And come back this way. Wait. You're going to grab with your toe. Oh, yeah, there's your toes. Right? And back this way. Good. Now when you lift your arms up, you're going to feel your body weight shift backwards just a little bit. Take your left hand. You mind if I touch you? Okay. Here. Straighten your hand out here. Like super straight. Okay. Touch your funny bone on your index finger. There. That's the perfect amount of space away from your body. Okay, here we go. Beginning. One more adjustment. Sorry. See how your forearm goes this way and then goes out that way? Let's turn it in. There you go. So now the tip is in the middle. Something like that. Okay? All right, here we go. Good. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's called impulsive will. That tempo is totally wrong. But you know what? They went with you and they didn't care. It was actually together and just fast. It was wrong, but that's okay. That means you have impulsive will and you have presence on the podium, which you can't really teach that. That's not something that's teachable. It's the it factor that's not teachable. You were like, and go, boom, go, and they just went. Let's just go a little slower.
All right.
Yeah. You got the bass sax over here. He's about to start swinging. so how many times have you stood in front of a group before?
Now twice.
This is twice?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So do you hear anything except white noise right now?
No.
You hear white noise.
No.
What do you hear?
Music.
Like what?
I was looking for the double bass part, but I see the sax part doesn't have the follow up with the bassoons after A.
Yeah,
says.
some of the parts, some of
Yeah,
it
so
changed
I
a little
was-
bit. Okay, what else do you hear?
Not really hearing enough bassoon, and that's pretty much like probably the timbre with the saxophones. The saxophones are just like rocking it. Not their fault. It's just the substitution of the orchestration.
Sure.
So,
Okay, good. Good. What else do you hear?
The ensemble was pretty much just playing what I give them.
Okay.
So and I feel like I'm not really like portraying like the style
Okay.
as much.
If we think about, let's go to the beginning. Sure. I want you to see if you can bring those staccatos out a little bit. Be different with these accents, and then different with these. And here's how you're going to do it. With these, when you want to show staccatos, the energy is all away from the beat point. So you're going to pull. If I had a graph and I had energy to the ictus and energy away from the ictus, for staccatos, it's all energy away from the ictus. Okay. If you're going to do these, which are just heavy accents, it's going to be more energy to the ictus and less energy away, because ding, it's going to be this way. Staccatos, we're going to pull away really quickly.
Okay.
Okay. If we want these are going to be lower because they're housetops, and we're going to have a lot of energy to the ictus. Zung, gong, 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 gong. We're going to attack the plane and pull up slower, which makes them weightier.
Okay.
There's 3 very distinct ways that you can do that, and every player in the world will see them that way if you do it like I just described.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try it. Here we go. Look at your feet. Yeah, we're back to on guard mode. Yeah. Are you into fencing or something? Do you like that?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
Oh. All right, here we go. Accent. Stop. Go, go, go. Wrist. Wrist. Black step in. Freeze. Okay, good. May I drive for a second? I just want you to see this in action, okay? So here's staccatos. Let go of your hand. I got it. Let go. Oh, well, don't let go of the stick, but just let go. So there's staccato. I'll drive. You just kind of relax. There's staccato, okay? If I don't do anything, this is a tenuto. If I add energy to the ictus point, that's going to be more of an accent, okay? And if I want marcato, boom, boom. Lots of energy going down and slow pulling up. Those are 4 very different articulations. That's what we're talking about when you ding, ding, with staccato, you're like flicking. You're trying to flick a piece of paper off the edge of the stick.
Okay.
Okay? All right, let's go beginning again. I'm going to let you go for a little while. See if you can make the articulation different, because the tip of the stick always has to keep moving.
Okay.
You know, it's like playing euphonium. If the tip of the stick stops moving, your air theoretically stops going through the instrument. Yeah, freeze. So this is all soft through here. Once you get to this part, it should all be nice and soft. Okay, we don't need to be really loud. Make it soft. So, and soft is not pulling in this way, Artie. It's staying out in front of you and just being small.
Okay.
That's soft. Okay. Can we start, everybody? Is it 9? Yeah, let's start at measure 9. Where's the piano? So start out here in front of you, but just be small for piano. Feet. Watch feet. There you go. Here's why you need to get out of that habit. If you're this way, right, and I want to turn to the oboes, and I turn my weight this way, I mean, my back's cracking doing this. I can't move, like, right? It just doesn't, this isn't sliding to the home side. You know what I mean? It's like, you've got to keep the feet parallel so that you can easily move about everybody this way. Okay, here we go. Let's start measure 9, so be small. Smaller, smaller. Good. How small can you conduct this? Be as small as you can.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
be as small as you can.
Okay.
Remember, small is not pulled in. Small is still out in front of you. It's just small.
Okay.
Try.
Same spot at 9.
See if you can match me. Something, I'm going to throw something else at you. When you want something to be heavy and weighty, this is considered the core of your body, right? We can all agree on that. This is also the power center. So if you want it to be heavy, move everything into the center right here. Like if I was to, do you lift weights at all?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go pick up a 45-pound plate, it's really hard to reach over to the side and like pick that up and go like this, you know? I mean, you can, it's possible, it's just hard. You would stand over that, reach right underneath and pull up this way. You know what I'm saying? Same thing when you conduct something that's heavy. Da, 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 dum, bum, ba, bum. You want it right here where it feels guttural. And it's just right there. Okay, can we go at A, everybody? I want you to watch this. Can we go, here's A, everybody. I want you to watch where the hands go. Here's A. See, it's here. It's not big. This is a misnomer. If I conduct big, it's loud. That's not true. This is just loud. If you conduct in here and it's small and weighty, this is powerful. There's a big difference there. I'm telling you, when I want the low brass to cut loose on something, like I'm not going to look back at them and, that, maybe for fun. But if you really want it to be big, you're going to be low and right here around your belt buckle. That's going to be big and, you know what I mean. Just try that. Here you go at A again. So bring it in, and once you get to A, put it right in the middle. Feet. Right in the middle. How did they teach you how to give a cue at Oklahoma State? What's the rule?
So, you do a prep before the beat. So, like, say there's a cue on one, and you would like prep on 4, and then.
Okay. Anything else?
And pretty much like the method of a cue depends on what the sound you're gonna get out.
Sure. Those are good things. May I add something to that?
Yeah.
Eyes go first. Set the beat point and breathe. So if you want something to come in, bing, bong, my eyes go bum, bum, and then I'm there. It's not just a cue. It's eyes go first, set the beat point, and then show what sound you want.
Okay.
Right? That's a good basic rule to keep in mind. Okay, something else I want to throw at you. You remember we talked about speed, space, and weight earlier? When you're working, I want you to think about how to adjust those variables to make the sound work. How do you create different types of quality of sound by changing the speed, space, and weight? Right now, all of your stuff is kind of the same size, you know, and we're trying to, let's pull things in, move it over here. Let's use a smaller space, use less speed, right, which creates more weight because all of them influence each other, right? That's a good nonverbal way to speak the language. And then the other thing is I think you are hearing a lot of things that are happening actually. Like you hear a lot more. I remember the first time I got on the podium, all I heard was white noise. It could have been static on the radio. I would not have known the difference. Well, I got off the podium. I was like, man, that was great. I was 22 years old, and I conducted the Baylor Wind Ensemble in a concert. I had no business doing that, but Kevin Sedetall thought it was a good idea. So did the performance, got off the podium, and I was like, wow, that was really neat. I remember nothing. You know, you might as well just been crumpling paper right here the whole time. It's like you don't hear anything. So that's good that you're hearing things. That's really, really excellent. Continue to try to move around the ensemble as much as you can and hear as much as possible. That sound good? Artie, thanks for coming today. Appreciate it very much. Good job. All right, thanks. So folks, let's take just about a 3-minute break. We need to reset this setup and then we'll move on. Loving daylights out of the flute and is tremendous. She's tremendous. You already mentioned Gus earlier with Mozart. These two you've seen all day. This who falls named Drew Robertson. Drew's from here in Springfield. Fantastic from over there. Mozart, right? can we welcome our new player?
Absolutely.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
And everybody conducting the piece with trombones, the pieces with trombones. Remember, who was it? Wagner, who famously, was it Wagner who said, don't ever look at the trombones, it just encourages them. So anything we say about eye contact, you just keep it in mind with that. All right?
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
Ben.
I'm Ben Todd. I'm an assistant band director in Lebanon. I graduated from this institution a couple of years ago with my master's in wind conducting, and before that, a bachelor's in music education. I'm really excited to be with
What's
you
your
all today.
instrument?
Trumpet. If we could start at the beginning, please.
Hey, Ben, give us a second.
Can you guys all come like 4 feet, just
Yeah,
straight? this
just
way?
bring it in.
Not collapse in, but literally take your no, Shelby, like go that way. Like go straight south. We're just too far away from the podium. There we go.
Yeah.
There's too much distance. Sure, I'll help you. Bring it all the way to all the way to here.
Right there. Just come.
It's too far away, Ben. That's gonna be tough. All right, now let's go again. Yes, we can. Thank you.
I mean, Stravinsky's hard enough to play when you're in the same area code. You know? Good. Hey, could I say one thing, John? When we do Stravinsky, I know I'm the one getting paid extra to be here, John, but I want us to tag team this, and Brad, you weigh in if you want. Talk about our pieces where there's no right or wrong way to do it. Subdivision. Subdivision is one of the, for me, subdivision is like socks, only when I absolutely have to. My aunt, before she passed away, so worried that I'd show up for a gig with no black socks. I told her it's only happened once. It was an Allstate somewhere, and I borrowed some kids that was in the back row, and I got by with black socks. But when you do have to subdivide, 2 things matter, in my opinion, and you guys disagree with this or explain the way you do. Size and placement matter. You want the secondary beats, whether you're in 2 or 3, you want the secondary beats to be no greater than half, same rule as rebound, no greater than half the size of the primary beat, and displaced. It's easy in legato to do this and do little Monet haystacks. In staccato, if you're not careful, you'll lay down all your subdivided beats in the same spot. Remember, when you're playing hard music, nobody's singing a 4-part madrigal with their part book staring holes in you. They're looking up when they can and when they need it. So you want to make sure things are as clear as they can. So instead of going ding, trill, yat, dut, dee, dut, displace those beats, size and placement. Ding, trill, keep your hand moving out. All right? I love your psychological conducting exercises, those things out of the Elizabeth Green book. I've seen multi-million-dollar-a-year maestros go to that empty bar where you put the second one on count 2. I've watched them do this. Ding, trill, yat, da, 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 dee, da. Ding, and, you know, that was really well done.
Thanks,
But
sir.
I would displace those beats a little. And my old teacher 100 years ago would tell me, it's easy in legato, but in staccato, to keep your arm moving while you're throwing that rubber band or the chewed up bubblegum wad off the end of your stick. It's hard to keep your arm moving. There's a tendency to go stop, 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 stop. Especially, and you start stopping the stick and you start punching at it, all right? Good. This is going to be easier to play with you guys moved in a little bit. Ben, it's good. You know this well. And it's lower than you think it is. Ben, one thing. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Johnny Z said something a second ago that I relayed to a couple other people. Eyeball cues are so important. Let your eyes arrive at those trilling people before your hands do.
Okay.
Everybody, videos to watch. Another assignment. Watch Daniel Barenboim and Leonard Bernstein conduct concertos from the keyboard, where their hands are busy and they have to give eyeball cues. Their cues with their eyes are so powerful. Let your eyes, I love the way John said it to one of our conductors earlier. Let your eyes get there a split second before your hands. I don't know. That's okay. When you conduct mixed meter, every conductor is just worried about missing a meter change, and your hands go in the wrong direction. Guess what? Some days your hands will go the wrong direction. It just happens. If your hands go the wrong direction, you do what airplanes do at DFW or at O'Hare. You just circle. And you land when you get the chance. Nobody's filling out critique sheets on your pattern. You conduct the music, not a pattern. Another Battisti phrase, conductors don't beat patterns, but rather they create movement, which expresses the music. So if you go the wrong way, nobody cares. Seriously. You just circle and you land. You conduct the music and you'll never go the wrong direction. And that allays your fears of having to, make eye contact or whatever. I'd like for you to go at 1. And let's make this really personal. Look at the people and don't worry if your hands go the wrong way. Later when it's a 5/8 bar, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Burn a little more air.
Okay.
Give them a bigger
up.
target. Yes. Don't slow down. What you did, but what I'm saying is just give them a bigger target to hit.
Okay.
When they've got 3 notes. It's almost like the difference between conducting a march that's in 2/4 and being right here, and something in 6/8. You're just giving them a little bit bigger target. All right. So I would do that. start him at 1.
Okay.
Here we go. Everybody, start him, and if I grab his arms and don't let him move, you guys don't stop, okay? Here's one. Look at that bassoonist, that nice young man right there. He's going to give you a good note here in a minute. Attaboy. Ah! Isn't it? There you go. That's it. Everything's just more relaxed. When he relaxed, the music relaxed, and it just played. That's so much better. I was talking to Beth, and again, I don't know how John and Brad teach it, but it's like every conductor has to figure out how far in front of an ensemble they're going to be. And if you spend too much time thinking about it, your head will blow up. It'll just explode. Because different instruments respond differently. And so you have to figure out how far in advance. And then you also have to figure out when you're going to, if we want to be smart, Alex, we'll look at a conductor and say you can be ahead and you can be with an ensemble, you can never be behind. That's kind of not true. You can lurk in the shadows just a little bit, and especially chamber music, and let an ensemble play. And then you're all over it, like the old joke, I'm all over that like white rice, or white on rice or something. It's like, you're just kind of monitoring. And then if something starts to go wrong, and then all of a sudden you interject yourself into the mix a little bit, maybe even by stepping into them. I just thought that was much better. Once you take away the fear of, don't worry if you go the wrong direction, because guess what? Some days you'll go the wrong direction. All right? I thought that was good. One of the hardest transitions in the piece is getting into the fermata before 6. Well, I told a couple of players the other day, we had a whiteboard, and I drew a breath mark, a comma. You could literally write a pamphlet on what a breath mark, a comma means in Stravinsky. Sometimes it means to take away sound, sometimes it means to add time. I think here it has to mean to add time. So you don't have to go 2 and 1 and 2 and. You can pull back a little bit and give that release. Then, conductors. Is the fermata, and forgive me, those young men that conducted with me yesterday, for asking this again, is the fermata the cadence of the introduction before his little quarter equals 104 little slow Sousa march at 6? Is it the cadence, or is it the pickup? It's definitely a forward-leaning vertical sonority. You can tell something's coming after it. But it has to feel cadential. That's why if you take that little bit of a pause, I think that it's kind of both. And I think that your release is in time and you go at quarter equals 104. But you sit there just long enough to let it clear before you go on. But I can't answer that question for you. It's like if you were doing the finale. Does the finale start at 56 or 57 or where it says the finale starts? Mm-hmm. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just important that you've thought about it. All right? I would like, go at the bar, one of my favorite bars in the piece. I've seen multi-million-dollar-a-year maestros do it in, it would be 12 something, 12, 16. I've watched them go, well, that puts the stress in the wrong place. Stravinsky put it, chirp, 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 chirp. All right? Connect the dots for the audience.
This is 4.
Make these brass attacks. Put a little edge to them and make people remember the introduction,
okay.
The first 4 bars, all right? Be prepared, trombonophones and trumpets, to sting those pianos just a little bit, but within the context of piano. Just a little.
4.
Chirp. where you might want to jump in because you might disagree with this. I teach two kinds of subdivision. I teach the rebeat. I don't like to use that personal pronoun either, but I'm saying personally. I introduce people to two kinds of subdivision. The rebeat. Ding. I'm given the subdivision. There's a second time, maybe someday before I croak, I'll come up with a fancier name. I just call it stop and go, where I break the rule about stopping the stick. And that's what I do here. I go ding. I go chirp, chirp, like here, jut, 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 ding. Trill off, 2 and 1 and 2. You stop it on one, you move it on the end in the opposite direction of the next primary beat. The stop and go method is one of the best transitional tools you can have in your box. Because let's say you're doing something really slow and you want to get faster. And all of a sudden you're out of subdivision. If you're going bat out of Hades fast, you don't want to suddenly start going, nobody, you know what I mean? What is that? So you're going really fast. See what I'm saying? That stop and go can get you from a fast tempo to a super slow tempo, or from a super slow tempo into a fast tempo. So I wouldn't stop subdividing right there on count 2. I just changed the style. Ding, trill off, 2 and 1 and 2, and then however much time you want to do. All right? Is that okay? Anything you would add to that?
No, why just so we have time, why don't you pick something in the fast spot? We don't have to comment on it, Jack.
Okay.
Can we work at the end just a little bit? Maybe 23 to the end? Just this last little snippet? Actually, can I change my mind? 21, please. 21.
With some of the other Stravinsky's, we might not even start at the beginning of the first movement. We might start somewhere in the middle. Good job, man.
All right, Dan, where do you want to start?
Wherever.
Hey, you pick, man. You pick.
Well, since we just did a whole lot at the beginning, how about we start at 6?
We can. I would like to do a little bit at the beginning at some point.
Okay.
So maybe we'll go back
Let's
to
do
it.
the beginning first, and then
Perfect.
we'll jump.
Why don't you just start at the beginning and go for a while?
Wow, you have faith in me. Anyway, I'm Dan Harbaugh, currently the director of bands at Jefferson City High School in Jefferson City, Missouri. I've been at Oklahoma the last few years working on my doctorate in conducting. I'm almost there. And Andrew, here's the interesting little fact. Andrew back there, he actually student taught with me once upon a time. So if you really like him, I'll take credit, and if you don't, blame them. So I'm kidding.
How
All
close
right.
are you to finishing?
Just the big book report. That's it. I'm through
You'll
comps.
be writing prescriptions pretty soon.
Yep. Through comps, through all the coursework. So, all right, let's play some Stravinsky.
job, you guys. Great job. Really, really well done. Okay, so let's talk about the beginning first.
Yeah.
Everybody grab a pencil. I'm gonna give you the best rule you've ever heard about Stravinsky. And then you can use this in any piece you ever do. Big beats big, small beats small. Big beats big, small beats small. What does that mean? That means if it's a triplet subdivision, it is big. If it is a duple subdivision, it is small. That's it. This works in every asymmetrical meter piece you will ever do. I don't care if it is grade 2 Frank to Kelly or this. It works. Big beats big, small beats small. So count with me, either 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. Everybody in the room can count. Ready, go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1,
I could do this all day. But how many of you raise your hand if it was unclear subdividing 3 versus 2? No. Big beats big, small beats small. The more contrast you have between the two, the easier the opening at 1 is. So, da dee ba dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee da do da da. It's very easy, right? Now let's ask the players. How many of you watch in the beginning? Thumbs up, thumbs down, you watched at the beginning. Let's go 1. Connor, down. You? I can't see you behind. Okay, you watch a little bit.
Yeah.
You watch. You do. I remember one time I was doing with Shelby, and she's like, I'm not watching you. I was like, I know, but just let me help you. I'll show you where it is, because we were still learning it a little bit. But if they can peripherally see big beats versus small, they don't necessarily have to look up. They can just see, oh, there's a 3/8. I'm sorry, 3/16. There's a 2/8. Like, look over at 2, and then, Dan, we're going to do this.
Yep.
When you're at 2, boom. Ba-dee-da-da, bee-da-dee-da-dee-da-da-dee-da. 1, do-dee-da-da. All this is small. Small, 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 big. Small, small, small. That's it. And then they'll never be confused. Okay, can we go at 1, please? Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, do that all the time. And it's fun to play with kids doing that in daily drill, too. All right, here we go. Here's 1. Good. Here's the other thing. Stravinsky is what we call sticky music, and not sticky as in stuck together with glue. Sticky as in all of the energy needs to be at the tip of the baton. So it's out here in front of you. The left hand, you could just put it away.
Yeah.
Or put it here, or put it here. But it needs to be out of the way, and everything is focused to the tip. All you're worried about is big beats big, small beats small. And it's actually the opposite of what, like we were doing with Dvorak.
Yeah.
We're trying to get Beth to do more contour, more contrast. Least of that, the better. It needs to be clear. Da dee da dee da dee da da dee da dee da dee. As long as they peripherally see that, that is helpful to them, whether they believe it or not. Okay.
One of my colleagues calls it, you just need a blinking light. He goes, I don't need him to be inspired, I don't want to be educated, I just want a stroke light when I play Stravinsky.
All right, let's go 1.
That's what he's saying, right at the tip.
No left hand, and you can look down the whole time if you need to, if you just need to make sure you don't miss the time signature.
Right.
Don't you worry about big beats big, small beats small. All small. And good. And then when you get to 4,
Yep.
it's got to be do-da-dee, a subdivided 3 pattern. Dee-da. And there's a little crescendo going into that, do-da-da-da-da, into that. Here's the other thing, conductors, about Stravinsky. The next thing you need to write about Stravinsky is always short, shorter, shortest. If it's staccato, it is short. If it's Bartok staccato, it's shorter. Everything is short in Stravinsky. This is what I love doing this. They know this. Like, I love this music. Love it. Jeremy, not yet. Keep ripping on him. He's like, I don't like Stravinsky. I was like, you fail. But it's got to be short.
Yeah.
Crescendo. And all these little trumpet hits, you got to ping those things. Put a little ping on it for Heijin, so she bing. She zaps you with it. Yeah? Okay, let's go. 'Cause I do want to get to the fast part. Let's go 4, everybody. Here's 4. Yeah, I know you left out the crescendo. Ooh,
I did. Yep.
It's a fun little part.
Yeah, there was something before that that my brain got lost
All right, don't
for a
do
second
that.
there. So.
Crescendo. It's over here.
Yeah, it is.
Now keep going. So same thing. So it's ding gang king gang king gang king 1 2 3 4 5 boom boom boom. That's got to be big on the back half of that bar, right? Again, small beats small, big beats big. Let's go right at 6, friends. Thank you. I want you to tell me what's the difference with me, my friends. Here's 6. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's try. It's okay. Here, let's try again. Ah. Okay, there's that way, and then here's another way. See how much longer it is?
Yeah.
Right? See if you can get them to be as pointed as possible. We could spend a whole day talking about articulation in Stravinsky. The whole day. Right? He's one of the first that use line and a dot and how to interpret that. Everything, though, is shorter, short, shorter, shortest. Okay? See if you can just punch him a little bit more. Here's 6. Thank you. Now it looks like you are tensing up to get them to play shorter,
Yeah. Huh.
and we don't do that. There's a difference between muscle and tension.
Yep.
Right? Muscle you use to lift something, tension is bad. Just out. There's no tension if I'm doing this crisply. I'm just trying to pull it's like touching a hot stove, right? You don't go, oh, that feels great. Good, try again. One, two, three, one, out. Big here. Good. Yeah. So again, you want to be as Pierre Boulez as possible, meaning the energy is always out to the tip, and it's always very sticky music.
Yep.
I mean, you master how to do this. Did you guys do this at OU when you were there?
Briefly, I ran through it like just 1 week through a lab ensemble.
Yeah, which
so-
is never enough time.
Yeah,
right?
no, not at all.
But I hate to turn this piece into an etude for conductors, but I mean, it can be, right? I mean, if you can learn how to be sticky and conduct with very sticky technique without any left hand, because Stravinsky asks us not to be emotional or expressive in this music. He wants the music to speak for itself, right? So like we asked Shelby, like, don't play with vibrato. Like, take the vibrato out. And she's like, but that's so hard. I'm like, I know, but that's what he wants you to do. Like, take it out, right? He doesn't want that. He writes espressivo sometimes when he maybe wants, but other than that, like, it should be pretty straightforward, which is why Jeremy doesn't like this music, but, you know, that's neither here nor there yet. Just kidding. So, see if you let the music speak for itself. Be worried more about how you shape things. All right, here's 8.
Okay. 8.
hot stove. Okay, good. Sorry, last thing, I'll be honest with you, conductors, if you ever do this piece, I don't think this piece is possible unless you memorize the entire first movement. That's just it. You have to memorize the whole thing. I mentioned this already, but when we did short ride in a fast machine, I realized very quickly early on, Tyler, you remember this? I was like, I cannot conduct a performance of this unless it's memorized. So every time I got in the car, I would run the entire piece beginning to end in time, calling out time signatures like in tempo. And if you don't know that piece, it's very difficult. But I was like, the only, because I have to stay 2 bars ahead of everybody if you're going to do this. You have to do that here. You can't do that right now, right? But the point is this is one of those pieces you do have to just memorize. Because it's more about you monitoring mostly, honestly, than anything else. The trombone, like, stay out of their way. Stay out of their way. Only it involved when you need to. Most of it is on the monitoring side of the spectrum. Okay? Pick another spot in the movement you want to do, since we only have like 1 movement.
Okay.
1 minute left. Something you're like, I just want to do this part. That'd be fun.
18?
Okay.
18.
Pick your favorite spot.
Let's go 18 towards the end. That'll
like that
catch
spot.
that tail end too. 18. Let's try that again.
Yeah, hold on. How about this? Watch this. 18. Oh, and we skipped the really fun part right before that, didn't we? Oh, no, that's fine. Here's 18. 2, ready, go. Yeah, you want to give them a good GOS there.
Okay.
Big, small. Ding, 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 ding. Big, small. Yeah, great. Nice job. Good job, Dan.
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you all.